Hello all, my name is Krishna Priya. Welcome back to my channel Busy Course. In this video, I'm going to give you a complete introduction to an SEO, like what is SEO, why SEO, and how does it works, structure of SERP, and few Google search algorithms. So now let's get started. SEO. The abbreviation of this SEO you might already know. That is. So can you tell me, Jolene? Have you heard about SEO anytime
Search engine
before?
optimization. Yeah.
Search engine optimization. So what it is? Okay, we learned a website building, right? Website designing we learned. So why we learned this designing part? What is the point of learning this designing and all? So if you just design it and sit calm, do you think are you going to generate a business? Do you think are you going to do any optimization for your site just by designing the sites? No.
No, definitely not.
Definitely no, right? So here SEO is, I'm not saying that this is the only one thing where you can drive a traffic. This is one of the major part in digital marketing where you can drive a quality traffic and genuine traffic to your site. Okay, so before I talk about search engine optimization, let me give a clear idea about the search engines. Okay. Okay, any idea about the search engines, Jolene? Do you have any idea about search engines?
No. I mean, like,
Oh,
I know Google and all, but I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
how they work.
Google, right? Yes, yes. So now we are using a Google, right? So mostly, let's say if there are 100 users, out of 100 users, definitely 95 internet users uses this Google. Mostly people knows only Google, but Google is not only the search engine we have in the world. There are many search engines we have other than Google. So we have Yahoo. Have you tried using Yahoo anytime?
A long
Bing,
back, we used to use it.
a long back before this Google has come, right? So long back we tried using Yahoo, but now everyone habituated using a Google. Why? Because in my case, if I tell, Google is like more user friendly for me, and I use this Google only because of relevancy. So it gives me the exact information that I'm searching for. So tell me, in your case, other than Google, if you use any search engines, let me know your opinion.
Yeah, Bing also, but I think maybe we're used to Google and that's why it's better,
Hmm.
or I don't know what could be the reason, but it's definitely.
Obviously, like we habituated Google because of its information, right? The way it provides the information, it's like accurate and it provides with a very relevant information. That's the reason even like so educated people also know how to use
Yeah.
this Google very very well, right? So in India I can say like mostly everyone uses this Google, right? So they can translate into their own language and they can use the search engines. It really works well. So these are, what does it means? Search engines are like, they works as a tool which enables the users to locate information on the world. So earlier we used to have some, other search engines, or we can call them as a few websites where we can find out a lot of information over there. But whereas once these search engines have come, so we are finding each and every information that present online, I mean that present in the world with the help of these tools only. Okay, so if you want to know any information, you just open some search engines and find it out, right? So these are like some search engines. So now why I'm talking about these search engines that much is like using these search engines only, we are going to drive a traffic to our site. So here my main concentration is for a Google. So why? Because I know that Google have a many internet users and Google share a high marketing share. So that's the reason I'm gonna concentrate more on Google now. Okay. So search engine means now I'm taking it as a Google. And what is meant by optimization? So what is optimization is, let me show you with a live examples. Okay. So assume that I am a user who is searching for intermittent fasting. So Jolene, tell me, do you know anything about intermittent fasting? So nowadays everyone are going so crazy about this intermittent fasting, right?
Yes, I've done it a lot actually.
Okay, so did you see any results?
Ideally, I saw results, but
Okay.
it increased my blood sugar level.
That's true, really. Even I tried that. Let us talk about those results later. So now let's say as I'm a user, I'm trying to know about intermittent fasting. So everyone does the same thing, right? So even you do the same thing if you wants to know about some information. So same like that, I'm trying to know about intermittent fasting. If you could see, there are some results displaying, right? So here there is a result from healthline.com, right? This is the website, and this website is being placed by a Google on top, right? So tell me, Jolene, there are few websites, not only healthline.com, there are plenty of websites that Google is displaying right away. Okay. So which result you will be clicking on? Which
The one
result
on
you will
top.
be, sorry?
The ones on top?
The one on top. So will you be clicking on the results which are on very bottom?
No,
No,
never.
right?
I
No,
go to
never.
the top ones. Yeah.
Right. So basically, like maximum how many results you will go through in
It
general?
depends. If I don't find anything in the first few that I like, then only I'll go down. And I never go on page number two.
So that's the thing happens with me always even. So what happens, we don't feel like worth of going to second pages and third pages. Am I right? So if we basically we'll just go with the top five. So if we are more interested, if we have a more zeal to know, so we'll be going through top 10 also. But I never been to second and third pages. So what happening? Only the websites which are like top five and top 10 gain a traffic. Yes or no? So this website gain a traffic, these websites gain a traffic. So why and how, when I search for this keyword, Google is displaying me these many results, and how much time it is just taking me to display these many results? Just 0.70 seconds, right? Within a fraction of seconds, Google is displaying you this data, right? So let me search for one more keyword, not only with a one keyword. Let me search for, um, you know, Sachin Tendulkar. Ah, so can you see when I search for a Sachin Tendulkar, how many results it is giving me, Julie? It is
91.
91 results, and it is taking how much time it is taking?
One
Just
second.
a 1 second, right? Whereas when I searched for intermittent fasting, it was showing me this huge data in just 0.70 seconds. And when I search for a Sachin Tendulkar, it is taking 1 second just to show me 91 results. Why the time varies? So how it varies, like how it is possible for a search engine to give this huge data in just a fraction of seconds? How does it works actually? How does it works? Let me show you how does it works. Okay, so when you know how does it work, then you will get to know the importance of doing this optimization. Okay, let me show you. So there is a process goes back end of this search engines. The first thing is crawling, and second thing is indexing, then third thing is calculating relevancy, and finally rankings. This is the whole process that any search engines does in the backend to give you the results. Okay, and this is a overall, this page is called SERP. I'm going to discuss about this SERP later. Let us finish this. Crawling means, what is mean by crawling? So Jolene, now tell me, if I wants to know about you, let's say now I'm talking about you, like I'm talking about your positive thinking, I'm talking about you with my another student. So before I talk about you with another student, first thing is like I should know about you, right? So without knowing about you, how can I do that? The same
Yeah.
here, Google is giving the data for a customer. Okay. So now this healthline data, it is giving for a customer who is searching for intermittent fasting. Then how Google was able to find out whether this guy is suitable for this intermittent fasting or not? Because first Google tried knowing about their website. This is called crawling. crawling means collecting the data. Before it shows any data in SCRP, it will collect the data from the websites. Okay. Crawling means simply collecting the data.
Data from the
So now
website.
you have a website, I have a website, plenty of our people have a website. So Google will visit each and everyone's website and it will collect the data. So now I'll just draw a simple diagram to make it very simple. I'll take this. So assume that this is a whole server. Okay. So now there are a few websites present in the server. So assume this is, and let us have a Google. Hmm. So Google, let's say this is your site and this is my site. So Google will visit your site and my site. So because we are present in the server, so Google will visit our site and it will collect the data. So that means whatever the image files we have, whatever the text content we have, whatever the HTML tags we have, everything Google is going to collect it. Okay. So this whole process is called crawling. The next process is indexing. So I can say in simple terms, indexing is like a categorizing your data. So Jolene, tell me what is mean by categories in the websites? We have already discussed categories, right? So what does it mean?
It was like folders where you keep the,
Mm.
like when we were putting the posts, they were being categorized in different categories.
Very good. So it's like I'm segregating a data into some folders, right? The relevant data into some folders.
Yes.
Okay. So you can call this indexing in simple terms. I can tell you in a simple example, that is take a library. Okay. So assume that you've been to a library and there are a lot of books, lot of stuff over there, and those are not organized and those are not sorted. Okay, those are like clumsy. And if you wants to find out a fictional book, if you wants to find out, let's say, I can say a science and technology book, you need to spend time to find out a book, right? So if it is like all clumsy, all mixed up together, so is it going to take a time for you to pick up a book or not?
Yeah, if it's mixed up, it's going.
Right?
Yeah.
So instead of that, if every book in the library got organized well and got sorted well, let's say if it is a fictional folder, so they're gonna give all the fiction books into there. They're gonna stuff all the fiction books over there. If it is a science and technology folder, they are going to stuff all the science and technology books over there. Right. So when you visit a library, so it would be very easier for you to find out to pick up a book, right? So though if those are organized well, am I right? So
Yeah.
so you are finding a lot of difference between organized and non-organized. So if the library is organized, so it would save your time. If the library is not organized well, so it gonna eat your time, right? Yes or no? The same here, indexing in a Google search also the same here. Whatever the collected data is there, right? So every collected data is going to be categorized. So assume that I'm going to take examples like this. Shopping, and it's like news, and I can say again games. Okay, so let's say these are all three categories that Google search has. Assume that your website consists of some information about COVID cases in India. Okay, so tell me now, Jolene, under which category your website gets stored?
News probably.
Under news, right? So again, under news, I may have a different subcategories, right? So I may have about health, I may have about government issues like politics, I can say, right?
Yeah.
So if I write something about Prime Minister Modi, so under which subcategory it gets stored?
Politics.
Politics. So if I write something about COVID cases, that gets stored under health. So why it is storing? So why it is storing the data like this? Let me show you. After collecting the data, everything gets stored in the form of indexing like this. So every data gets stored. Right? So let's say your website comes under news, so it stores under news category. So let's say my website comes under news, my website stores under same category. Like this, the same categorized website will be situated under some folders that is called indexing. So indexing means I'm not I'm in the sense it's a Google. So Google is just organizing and sorting your data. Okay, so what is the point of sorting like this? What is the point of organizing the data like this? So if Google organizes the data, what happened is when someone searches for a keyword. So now you're searching for a keyword. You're an user and searching for a Google. So what happened is when someone searches for a Google, sorry, when someone searches for any keyword, so now Google will directly come into this indexing section and find out which website is more relevant for the user query. It will just take that website and show up in the SERP. Okay, so for this reason, Google is indexing. So now you might have got a clear idea like how it is able to show up the relevant information in just fraction of seconds is because all this data got indexed. Okay, so now this website data got indexed, this website, every website data got indexed. That's the reason this Google was able to show up the data in just fraction of seconds. Got it? Clear?
Yeah.
So after this indexing part, as I said, it's a calculating relevancy. Calculating relevancy means let's say you and me are there. Okay, so you and me are having a same niche, that is we both are writing the same content on COVID cases. Okay, COVID cases in India, assume that. So you are writing the information, I am writing the information. So whose website it has to show on top? Mhm. Whose website it has to show? Either mine's or yours.
The
Are we
most,
gonna
the
fight?
one, yeah, I don't know now, the relevant one, but how does it know who is more relevant?
Yes, yes. So how does Google know? Yeah, my website is a more relevant. So your website is a more relevant. How does Google is finding out? So there are many factors, Jolene. There are like hundreds of factors that Google considers for finding out the relevancy. So we're gonna discuss those factors in future sections. So as of now, you can just remember calculating relevancy is if there are hundreds of websites who are fighting for that keyword to be on top, so it is going to find out the relevancy, like which website is giving a more relevancy. Finally, it is giving a rankings. Rankings means
Higher
this
the
is the
lower one.
first rank. The positions in a SERP. Okay. So SERP means this is a whole thing is SERP, right? SERP, search engine results page. What does it mean? Search engine
Results page.
results page. So now this is a page. This is an entire a page, and you are seeing the results over here. And this is a search engine, right? So now it's a search engine results page. Got it? So finally, you are going to see the positions in a CRP. So position can be it not only the first place. If it is in a second also, it's a position. If it is a hundred also, it is a position, right? So finally, Google is going to give you the rankings in a SERP. So again, one more thing I just want to discuss. The structure, I can say the SERP features depends. Okay. Now here I'll show you. When I search for intermittent fasting, it is showing me some results. Okay. And when I search for COVID cases in India, it is showing me something like a graph, right? It's a knowledge graph, we call it as a. And when I search for one more keyword, let me take that is data science training or data science course. So what it is giving me? Ads it is giving me. So when I search for intermittent fasting, is it showing me any advertisements here? Any?
No, I don't think so.
No. So here it is showing me ads. Can you see on top AD text
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
AD text, AD text. But here it was not showing me any ads. For these
Yeah.
also it is not showing. And let me search one more keyword called like how to prepare biryani. Okay. Can you see? It is showing me some snippets with a reviews, star ratings, right?
Yeah.
So, how Google is giving you the exact feature. Okay, now let me search for one more keyword called like how to use how to apply shampoo for hair, shampoo on hair. So, can you see it is showing me the images? Yes or no? Images and search. It depends. Now here, these are like SCRP features, I can say, or in simple language, SCRP structure. Now, for each and every keyword, is it showing you the different feature or not, Jolie? Is it showing you a different feature?
Yeah.
So, when I was searching for intermittent fasting, it was showing me only organic. Okay. So now you please remember SCRP feature consists of two main parts. That is paid results and organic results. Okay. So paid results means advertisements. Can you see? These are advertisements. Remaining everything, whatever you are seeing, those are organic results only. Okay. So those organic results are in different types. So organic results, sometimes it may show star reviews. Can you see? Just now I have shown you how to prepare biryani. It was showing me some star marks, right? So, I mean, star ratings, reviews, I can say. So these we call it as a featured snippets. And when I search for 1 second. Yes. So now when I searched for applying shampoo on hair, it was showing me some images. So these are like featured snippets I can call. And sometimes when you search for a keyword, it also shown you some videos. Have you ever noticed videos in SCRP?
Yeah.
Videos,
Sometimes.
YouTube videos, right? And just now when I searched for COVID cases, it was showing me some knowledge graph. Yes or no? So, when an interviewer asks you, Jolene, could you please let us know the SCRP features? So, tell them that SCRP features are not constant. SCRP features changes according to the keyword that people searches for. Okay, so now I tried showing you different keywords. According to the keyword, Google was trying to show me the different information with the different features. Yes or no? So you can tell them that these are a different features available like paid and organic. In the organic, we have videos, we have images, we have structured snippets, like feature snippets, a knowledge graph. So it depends on the keyword, it shows us the information. Okay, so these are like a SCRP features or SCRP structure you can call. Clear up to here? How does a Google work? Google works with the crawling, first of all. The process includes crawling. It collects the data. Then next, after collecting the data, it stores all the data in the form of categorization. Okay, I mean, every data it gets categorized in some folder. Then why it is categorizing? For whom it is very easier, like as it is categorizing the data, right? So for whom it is becoming very easier, so for a Google only, right?
Yeah.
So now when I search for a keyword, so now it gets into this indexing part and it just take the data and show it to you. So as it is indexed, as it is organized, so it is not a very big deal for a Google to bring the data into you, right? So that's the reason it is indexing. Okay, so this is the whole process. And next thing is we have a few SEO techniques. Okay, SEO techniques. There are a few SEO techniques I can list out here. White hat SEO, gray hat SEO, black hat SEO, and on page SEO, off page SEO, and technical SEO. Okay. So, Jolene, we have a few SEO techniques. Okay. So, if you know all these techniques, then it's done. I mean, you can rock. So, if you know all these techniques, then you can decide what to do and what not to do. Okay. So, let me discuss one by one. White hat and black hat. Obviously, it is like a one is a good one and one is a black one. Okay. So in movies, we can see white hat means a hero and black hat means a villain. Okay. A person who wears a black hat, he's a villain. A person who wears a white hat, he's a hero. Right. So now, what does it mean? So the same here, the same process here also in SEO. White hat SEO means, first of all, showing up a websites like this on top only useful, right? So if your website is somewhere else in the 100th position, is there any use? Jolene, tell me, is there
Not at
any
all.
use if your website is like very bottom?
Not at all. No.
Not at all, right? So now this is called optimization I'm doing. Let's say your website position is somewhere else in the 100th position. So we can't just sit idle bus just by maintaining that 100th position, right? So we can't just sit idle like, oh, my website position is in 100. So we have to sit idle. No. So we will try improving the rankings. Yes or no? So we will try improving that process. Overall process is called optimization. So that means I'm just trying to impress Google. I'm just trying to work out so that Google will impress on my data. So Google will place my website on top like this when someone searches for a particular keyword. This whole process is called optimization. So like during impressing Google, many people, like, the many techniques have come out. Those are white hat, black hat, gray hat, on page. So that means here we are going to discuss which technique to follow to impress Google and what happens if I follow, which technique we should not follow to impress Google, and why not. Okay, let's see. So white hat, the name implies it's a very good one. So whatever the techniques you are following, those are like according to the Google guidelines. I mean, without violating Google's terms and conditions, whatever the work you do, like whatever the thing you do, it's like perfect one. So there is no harm if you perform white hat techniques to bring up your rankings on top of a CRP. There is no harm. So why? Because you're not violating any terms and conditions. You are just listening to Google and going in a proper way, I can say. Okay, assume that it is like a political elections going on. Okay, so you are the person who has been I can say, who is fighting for a position called, assume that, okay, let's go with a chief minister. Okay, chief minister for particular state. So obviously, there are few ways you can follow to become a chief minister. One is a good way, and one is a bad way, right? So good way in the sense, so without bribing and without doing any such kind of malpractices, you are just promoting yourself and getting a votes. So that's a normal way. And one more bad way is like bribing, like so you are giving money for people so that they can vote you. So finally, you can become a chief minister, right? So now this is like a black hat technique again. So black hat means you are doing malpractices. That means you are cheating Google. Indirectly, you are violating the terms and conditions of a Google so that you can show up your website on top and drive a traffic. So there are a few black hat techniques we can discuss right now. So first thing is that I can say it's a keyword stuffing. Keyword stuffing. So what is keyword stuffing? Let me show you.
How do we know these terms and conditions of Google? I mean, how do we know
Sorry.
whether we're being
Yeah, there are Google only will let you know. Google only will let you know, and we have a few Google algorithms that Google will let you know if you do any mistakes. This algorithm gonna hit your side. I am going to penalize your side if you do such kind of process. So Google will let you know what to do and what not to do. But
okay?
Google will not exactly reveal what exactly you have to do for showing up your websites on top. So why? Because if Google reveals every such information, obviously everyone does the same thing, right? So it would be very hard for a Google to finalize the website and show on top. So it just reveals few, items. I mean, few factors, but everyone are following. So not Google will not directly tell to us, like there are some organizations who connects with the Google, and from there we are getting the informations. Okay, so through blogs and through postings we are getting to know what exactly and how exactly it does. Okay, even Google had some videos on YouTube like how it works in the back end. So you can just check it out and watch there, like how exactly it works. Just now, whatever I said, crawling indexing, the same you can notice over there. So now let me talk about black hat things, like what all the malpractices that people have performed to be on top. So let me show you. Um, Keyword stuffing, as I said. So what is meant by keyword, Jolene? Keyword
The words that the user types in to search for.
types in. Very good. So the words, the query that users types on Google for getting information. So your complete SEO roles with this only. The keyword plays a vital role in SEO. Okay. So now what people thought, I will show you how Google used to work earlier. Let's say I'm searching, my website is all about fasting, intermittent fasting. This is my whole website. I will insert only the keywords, not any other information. Okay. So earlier, Google, how it is used to work when it was like 1980s and all. Let's say Google visited my site to crawl the data. Okay, it will visit everyone's site, my site and your site. Google visits this website and started crawling the data. And Google found that, yeah, this website is repeating the keyword called intermittent fasting. So maybe this website might be a very useful for a keyword called intermittent fasting. So I have to place this website on top. So as Google found there are keywords repeating many times, Google found it as irrelevant. Okay, but whereas from a user's perspective, okay. So now tell me, Jolene, when a user visits this site, do you think is she or he gonna satisfied with this information?
No, but he just
Definitely no, right?
yeah.
In your case also, let's say you visited some website which consists of only keywords, no other matter. So are you going to stay in that site anymore?
No, not
No, right? So now what happened? User is facing a bad experience here, right? So for whom the Google works, is it working for a website owner like us or is it working for a users?
users.
Users, right? So the main important person for a Google is a user. So Google has to try giving the a very best experience for the Google, and Google tries the same thing till now. So Google was trying to give the best information, but finally what happened? Google end up having a bad experience of a user because of this website owner who insert the keywords. Now, what happened is Google find out the websites, found such kind of websites who are stuffing the keywords like this and started penalizing the sites. Penalizing in the sense it will reduce the rankings. Okay, so your rankings gets down and you don't get any traffic. So Google will penalize the websites who stuff the keywords really. Okay, so you shouldn't stuff the keywords anymore. I'm not saying not to use the keywords, and I will show you how exactly you have to do it. But you should remember one thing, that not to stuff the keywords. If you stuff the keywords, the first thing you have to remember, so you are not going to get any rankings in a Google SERP. That's right, right? So this is the one black hat technique that people tried following. Other than this black hat, people also tried changing the font color to a background color.
How
So,
did that help?
so yes, right, changing the font color to background color. So what does it represents now? Let's say if I'm changing this color to a white, that means I'm hiding something. Yes or no?
Right, yeah.
So let's say this is your whole website, and you assume that you divided the page into two sections. On top section, you wrote only keywords. That consists of only keywords, and you changed the font color to a background. So now my background color is white and my text color is black, right? And now here he will write some good information. Okay, the website owner write good information.
Can't Google read it anyway?
Right. Yes. So when a user visits this site, will user able to see the top section as it
No.
is completely no, right? So user will start reading from here. Whereas Google is not a human being, right? It's a machine. Can machine find out anything or not? Right? So now does Google can find out the thing which is hidden? Obviously, right? So people are hiding the information here. People are inserting the keywords and hiding them all by changing their font color to a background. So is this a malpractice or not? Obviously, it's a bad thing. Like I'm cheating, right? So I'm
Yes.
cheating both user as well as a Google here. So this
Right.
also comes under black. Okay, so do not do such kind of things
Has
as well.
Google recognized this now? I mean,
Yeah, Google recognize this. So you can change your font color, but do not change the font color to a background. Never ever do that. Okay, it's gonna penalize your sites. Okay, this is also you shouldn't do. Okay, so one more black hat technique we had, that is doorway pages. Doorway pages means, let's say, in the SCRP, there are some results. Okay. First result, second result, third result, fourth result. Actually, this is not entirely, I can say it is not entirely a very bad thing to do, but still people are doing, that's okay. See this? Let's say when someone searches for a keyword, they found this result and they visited this website by clicking. Okay. And again, they been to a SCRP back and clicked on the second result. Again, visited the same site. And they visited back to a SCRP and clicked the third result and visited to same site. Have you ever noticed such kind of things from your end? Like after clicking multiple results, you've been to the same website? Hmm.
no.
Notice? No?
No.
In my case, I have experienced a lot of like once I click multiple results in SCRP, I end up being visiting the same website. It's like a person who visited the site again came back and clicked on the second result. That means he needs some other different information. And what is the point if you're making the same user to visit the same site again and again if he's not interested in your site? Is there any point? I'm just forcing that guy to visit my site, right? Literally.
Yeah.
Yes or no? So these are like doorway pages. Okay. So never ever perform this. This is also considered the black hat, like, it's kind of malpractice. So don't do such kind of things.
But how do
Okay.
they attain this, miss? How can
Sorry?
you? How do they attain it? I mean, how?
Yeah. So these are like few black hat people follow. Now, it's a white hat is, you already know, it's a good one, and black hat is a bad one, right? Then what is a gray hat? Can you guess? Gray hat.
Somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle of good and bad, right? It is not as good as white hat, it is not as bad as black hat. Okay. So there are, but yes, of course, if you do it well, gray hat it really works. But if you feel somewhere like, oh no, that is going to happen, then definitely Google is going to penalize you. Okay. I'm not saying to not to follow this gray, and I'm also not saying to follow it. We'll discuss like how to do this gray hat, but I'm not suggesting you to follow. There are few black gray hat techniques that people follows, that is purchasing the older domains. So what happens if you purchase the old domain? Let's say, Jolene, you purchased a old domain which has some good authority. Okay, so what happened? You are continuing with that same authority, with your content, and it is not at all good thing to have such old domains and having the authority. So this is the gray hat that people are following. So you will get to know what is this domain authority in future sections. As of now, just understand, like, domain means we already know it's a website name. So people are purchasing, basically we purchase the new domains, right, not an old ones. So here
Yes.
you are trying to purchase the old domains. And one more thing is like cloaking. uh Gray cloaking also comes under this gray hat. So what is this cloaking? Let me show you now. Cloaking means, this is like very funny, seriously. Even you might have noticed. Let's say these are like two pages of a same website. What I'll do is I'll show some content, I'll show different content for a user, I'll show different content for a Google. Okay, that means I'm behaving like a good guy in front of a Google. Okay. You might have noticed, right? Like when you click on, like you are expecting something before you click that URL. Once you click that URL, like you have seen some irrelevant images or irrelevant text content over there. Have you noticed anytime? So redirecting to unrelevant information without
Absolutely.
your knowledge. Notice?
Yeah.
Many times, right? It's like redirecting. So once I click that URL, it will redirect to many pages. After that, it will show me some other unrelevant information. Like, in front of Google, I'm behaving like, hey, I'm a very good guy. You can show up my website on top. But when a user click on this, it gets redirected to some other unrelevant information, right? So this is called cloaking. Yes, people still they are doing it without the Google's knowledge. Okay, somewhere when Google finds, obviously Google gonna penalize it. And one more thing is duplicating content. Duplicating content, yeah. So now you and me having the same niche. Now what I can do is I can just copy and paste it in. I can copy your content and paste it in my site. So is it fine? Can I do that?
No, not at all.
So let's say there are 100 websites, Jillian. There are 100 websites and every website have a same content. Then how Google is going to differentiate which website have a good information, which website have a not that relevancy? So how it is going to find out the relevance? It's not possible for a Google, right? That's the reason this gray hat have come. So if you do a duplicate content, this it comes under the gray hat and Google gonna penalize you. Okay, so it's somewhere in the middle, as I said, in the middle of good and bad thing. Okay, so now did you understand, Jolene? A good hat, I mean, sorry, white hat, black hat, and gray hat. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Right. So next thing is on page. So I'm telling you, on page, off page, and technical SEO. These comes under white hat SEO. These are the techniques that we're going to follow to optimize our site properly so that we can bring up rankings genuine way, in a genuine way. Okay, so these are our three factors that we can perform genuinely and we can improve our rankings day by day. So that we're going to discuss in deep in a future sections, how to perform this on page, how to perform off page, how to perform technical SEO. Fine, right. So up to here, we have finished with what is SEO and how does it works and SERP features, right? So now I'm going to talk about why SEO. Hmm? So up to here, it's like what, how, and all. Then why? Why should I do this optimization? So why I'm trying to know what to do and what not to do, what happens if I do, what happens if I follow that malpractices? Why? Why we are knowing all those stuff? Because to be on top, right? To be on top of SCRP. So whatever we do, whatever the optimization we follow, it is to have this position on top of SCRP. Am I right? So when we are on top of SCRP, then only we can drive our traffic to our site. Otherwise, no. Am I right? Yes or no? Your voice is breaking, Jolene.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, now it's fine. Yes. Right. So now, did you understand why we have to do SEO?
Yes, we need
Yes. Right. So now let me talk about Google algorithms. Okay, so you'll feel more interesting with this one. Google algorithms. There are a few Google algorithms like Panda, Penguin, Pigeon, EMD, Hummingbird, Mobile Garden, Page Layout. So in simple language, if I can tell you, Google algorithms are like updates. So assume that your mobile is there, right? In your mobile, there are a few apps. That app gets frequently updated, right? So now WhatsApp is there, Facebook is there, and your Play Store is there. Every app gets updated or not?
Yeah.
Yes, for every few months, for every few years, each and every app gets updated. Once every app gets updated, a new feature gonna add up, right? The same here. Assume that these algorithms are also updates of a Google. Okay, so What does these algorithms gonna do? So let me explain. Panda update is there, right? If your website consists of any black hat SEO, if your website performs any black hat SEO or any gray hat, then this gonna help you. I mean, sorry, this gonna hit your site. Okay, this gonna penalize. So from the beginning, I was telling you that Google gonna penalize, Google gonna penalize. So who exactly gonna penalize you? The algorithm of a Google gonna penalize you. Okay, so if you perform any malpractices, this Panda update gonna hit your site. And then Penguin. Penguin, if you have a spammy backlinks, I can say spammy links in your site. So spammy backlinks, you may not understand in this section. So we are going to discuss about this links in off-page section. There you will understand. Okay, as of now, just remember this Penguin algorithm gonna hit your site when it consists of plenty of a spammy backlinks. Then Pigeon. So Pigeon is not any punishable update, I can say. It's like a new update from a Google so that Google come up with a new features that is local search results. Okay. Okay. Now see here I'm searching for a best places to visit or else let me search for a mm, salon saloons. Okay. So Jolene, now tell me, did I enter a specific location here? Did I enter any specific locations or anything?
No. And it's
No,
still
right?
showing close by.
So yes, though it is showing me the closed by locations, nearby locations, right? So why? How Google is, getting to understand the intents of a user, like what is his intention, what the information he needs. Now when I search for a salons, it is showing me the nearby location, and that is what exactly I'm looking for. Am I right? So it is showing me the local search result. So this local search results you are getting only because of this update. It's a pigeon update. Got it? So due to this update only, you are seeing this local listings. Otherwise, no. And then EMD update is exact match domain. So now you will get to know a new thing. So what is domain, Jolene? It's like your name, right? Website name. So assume that I have taken a domain called www dot okay what I can say saloon near me.com. Okay, I have taken the domain called saloonnearme.com, and your domain is www.jolene.com. So both are maintaining a saloons. So you're maintaining a saloon in the same location, even I'm maintaining a saloon in the same location. Okay. So now Jolene, tell me, when someone searches for saloon near me, which website will show up on top? Either your website or mine. Which website
Uh,
it will show up?
your website.
So why yours also situates in the same location, right? So why Google will show mine,
Because the name matches exactly the domain.
right? So that means a keyword is matching exactly with the domain. Let's say assume that your website consists of a very genuine and your website consists of like a very good information than me. So though which website it will show up on top, either mine or yours.
Mm, uh, the it
So
should show
tricky.
mine, but I'm
Okay, it should show yours. Mm-hmm. Fine. So I can say, though you have a very good information, Google will show my site only because my keyword is the keyword is matching with my domain. So if in such cases, everyone could purchase the domain, right? So why you purchase the Jolene? You could also purchase the saloon, buy me, saloon, blah, 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 right? So instead of that, why you have purchased the domain? So here, am I cheating Google or not?
definitely.
Definitely, right? So now you are working very hard, really working on your content and doing a lot of stuff. And now here I'm doing nothing. I just purchased the domain which is matching with the keyword and happily sitting. So do you think is it good? No, right? So that's the reason if your domain, I mean, if your domain matches with the keyword, never ever go with that. It is not at all good thing. Okay, so you should purchase a different and a unique thing, but it should not match with the keyword. Got it? So if your domain matches with the keyword, this update gonna penalize your site. Okay, that means this update will let Google not to give you the rankings for keywords. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next thing is Hummingbird. Hummingbird, it helps to find out the exact information for you. Now, see now, when I search for how to apply a shampoo, it is giving me this information. Okay, let me search for this. Sachin Tendulkar wife. So it is giving me the exact Sachin Tendulkar wife's image and her information, right? Let me search for Sachin Tendulkar, only Sachin. So is it giving you the Sachin Tendulkar information?
Yeah.
Both keywords consist of a Sachin Tendulkar, but the information varies. The information that Google shows, it completely varies, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Earlier in 1980s, the information was not like this. When you search for Sachin Tendulkar, Google used to show you Sachin Tendulkar cars, wife, everything relates to a Sachin Tendulkar. But now it is dividing the information and it is giving the exact and precise information that user is searching for. So it is finding out the user intention literally, right? So that is happening with the Hummingbird update. So due to this update only, you are right now seeing the exact information in your browsers. Got it? So this is also not any punishable update. This is like a update from a Google. And mobile garden, this is the name implies your website has to be mobile friendly. So what happens if your website is not mobile friendly? Nowadays, 90% of our users comes from a mobile, right? Everyone, it's like handy, easy. We don't need to open a PC or laptop every time we search. We just open a mobile phone and do the thing. Yes or no? And now, if your website is not mobile friendly, so no one uses your website. I mean, like no one uses a Google. Yes or no? So if no one uses a Google, obviously Google will come up with a few more restrictions for a website owner, right? So this mobile guardian is an update which lets you know whether your website is mobile friendly or not. If your website is not mobile friendly, this update gonna penalize your site. Okay? Remember. And next thing is a page layout. This is you might have noticed many times. Did you notice any website like above the fold, they were showing you ads all the time. Noticed?
Yeah,
So
many
I'll show
websites.
you. Yes, I'll show you now. Page layout, page layout algorithm. I'll show you the images. Now you'll get a clear idea. It's like showing the ads above the fold, like above the content. So now see this. Yeah. Can you see? When you visit such kind of a website, will you feel like reading? Huh? See,
I
on
get it.
top it is showing you the so clumsy ad, right? Above the content only it is showing. Yes or no? That means this
Yeah.
website is giving a much more importance for much more importance for advertisement rather than giving it for an user, right? So when a user comes, your website has to be so neat and clean and organized. Instead of that, wherever you get some space, you are showing the ads. It's like it's not good. And Google is not telling you not to show the ads, but not above the fold. Okay, so make sure that you show up at somewhere at the bottom or right side corner. Oh, that's okay, but not completely on top above the fold. Okay. So if your website consists of this static advertisements always above the fold, then this update gonna hit your site. Am I right? Did
Yeah.
you understand? Yeah. So these are algorithms, Julie. Okay. So based on these algorithms only, Google search engine works. Okay. So every time, we can't say exactly this is the time, like if for every 6 months or it may be for every 4 months, 3 months, these algorithms gets updated. Every time these algorithm gets updated, what happens, these updates gonna roll out and see whoever performing the malpractices, these updates gonna hit your site. It's like, assume that you are a chief minister who have a lot of black money. So when the riding, when the people comes for riding, so it's like rolling out the update and that people gonna hit you. Yes or no? If you have a lot, if you find having with a lot of black money. The same here, every time this algorithm gets updated and this update gonna roll out and punishes the website who performs the malpractices like this. Got it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, what are the things we have learned today? What is SEO? What is SEO? It's a search engine optimization. It is simply showing up the website on top of SERP for a particular keyword, right? And why SEO? So this is the one of the major way where we can drive a traffic to our site. So obviously, if our website is on top when someone searches for a particular keyword, that is where we are going to drive a quality traffic to our site, right? So that is the reason we need SEO. And how does it works? Hmm? How does it works? It works based on crawling, indexing, calculating relevancy, and rankings. So after collecting the data, it indexes the whole data, and after indexing, it will find out the relevancy and it gives the rankings. So then, what else we discussed? We also discussed with the SCRP features. So your SCRP features are not constant every time. So it keeps on changing. So mostly you can see paid results and organic. So again, organic consists of some knowledge graph, feature snippets, and normal images, videos, and all. And we have also seen what are SEO techniques. So, what of your SEO techniques we have, Julie? Could you please list out the techniques that we have?
White hat, yeah, white hat,
Yes,
gray
yes.
hat, black
Mm-hmm.
hat.
Mm-hmm.
There are the ones that come under white hat, which is
On page, off page, and
on page, off page, technical.
technical. So, could you please list out few black hat techniques that we have?
Keyword stuffing.
Keyword stuffing, very good. It's like stuffing all the
Um,
keywords instead of writing a good information. Next,
um, you said doorway pages, I think.
doorway pages.
Yeah.
Next,
Um,
changing the font
changing the
color to a
background
background.
color. Yeah, found font color to background. Yes.
Okay, so what is the difference between white, gray, and black?
White is good, recommended.
Mm-hmm,
Black
mm-hmm,
is not allowed. That will
mm-hmm.
be penalized. And gray is somewhere in the middle.
Okay, somewhere in the middle, like how you can determine, like how you can define it.
No, I mean, like the way you explained, I felt that it's somewhere like you can actually get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to be careful. If you overdo it, then you might get penalized. So
Very good. That's true. Yes. So overall, this is like complete introduction to an SEO. Okay. So in the tomorrow section, we are going to jump into a few more advanced things. So today we have discussed what not to do, like different black hat techniques that people have performed and what Google does if you perform black hat and gray hat that we have discussed. And in the tomorrow sections, we are going to see what exactly we can perform to optimize our site very well so that we can improve the rankings on top of SERP. Right? So this is what complete introduction to an SEO. I hope you guys like the video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.